Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for March 18th, 2013. It's currently 8:50 a.m. We have temperatures that are rather chilly throughout the entire New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan areas, with temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 20s over the northern interior, mid 20s to lower 30s over the New York City metropolitan area, and lower to mid 30s over the Philadelphia metropolitan area. A couple things to point out here. One, we have a northeast to east-northeasterly wind over the region, transporting cold and dry air into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. That leads to dew points in the lower to mid-teens, even some single digits here, over the northern interior, and mid to upper teens over the New York City metropolitan area, and mid-teens to even a few lower 20s. Now, why is this important? This is important because as the moisture moves in from the southwest, like it is around south central Pennsylvania, temperatures are going to initially fall back into the lower to mid 30s. That's going to mean that the precipitation is going to start as snow this afternoon, but gradually change over to rain along the coast and an icy mix over the interior. Taking a look at the radar, you can see that precipitation is starting to push north and east. Now, the bulk of the precipitation initially is going to focus over portions of southwestern Pennsylvania and the Ohio River Valley as our low pressure system well to the west starts to organize. But we'll start to see rain and snow showers, primarily snow showers developing this afternoon and evening, gradually changing over to rain showers as that warm air mixes it in. Now, when you take a look at the infrared satellite picture, you can see one area of low pressure organizing over the Tennessee River Valley, another area of low pressure developing over the northern plains. These two will phase and interact, producing one storm over the Great Lakes, and a nice warm front, which is right here, will lift northeast for this evening. By tomorrow morning, a new area of low pressure will develop off of the New Jersey coast, track to the northeast, and become the primary low by tomorrow afternoon. But by then, plenty of warm air will invade the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, changing most of this precipitation over to rain. Now, the latest RAP model guidance, which is basically a rapid update model based on the latest model guidance, strongly suggests that warm air is going to invade from the south. Now, this is at 850 millibars. And you can see that cold air retreating as we go on over the next 18 hours. And the reason why is because our primary storm is out here. But take a look at what's happening at the surface. First of all, we have our precipitation is going to develop over basically southwestern and western Pennsylvania, lift northeast. The heaviest precipitation is going to be focused over the northern interior, northeastern Pennsylvania, extreme northern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley, and northern Connecticut. The coast will see some, moderate precipitation, initially as snow changing over to rain, but the heaviest precipitation will remain over the interior, where it's actually going to end up being colder. No surprise. Take a look at the surface temperatures, and this is what kind of concerns me here. This is the start of right now. Here's the current observations. You see high pressures in control. We have cold air damming down the east coast. Now, when we play this out, look at what happens to our temperatures. As that precipitation takes hold, our temperatures moderate initially, and then they fall back to below freezing over the northern interior. In fact, let me pause this here, and let's move towards the end of this forecast period right here. Notice we have very cold air over the northern interior, over northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley, and northern Connecticut. And that's where we're also going to have the heaviest precipitation. Now, my concern here is that a lot of this precipitation is going to be either a snow, sleet, freezing rain mix, or just sleet and freezing rain, which means that we could see some significant snowfall and ice accumulations. And that's what I'm really concerned about, is the ice accumulations over the northern interior. So here's the forecast I have. And first, actually, I want to show you something here with the SQT. This is kind of a look of the atmosphere in a vertical aspect here. And you can see over New York City by basically tomorrow morning, you could see, early tomorrow morning, should I say, right around 1 a.m., you could see that we're above freezing throughout the entire column in New York City. Clearly, we're dealing with rain. However, when we move towards the interior, let's just plot this new sounding here, give it a second to load, and look what we have over northern New Jersey. It's much colder. This is a signature for ice. probably sleet, maybe some freezing rain. The point here is that we're seeing in the latest model guides and latest updated models a strong signature for ice development over northern New Jersey, over northeastern Pennsylvania, and over much of central and northern Connecticut and the Hudson River Valley. So here's the latest forecast I have out. For the New Jersey coast, this is all rain. For the New York City metropolitan area and Philadelphia metropolitan area, you'll start off with snow, change over to rain, maybe a trace to 2 inches on grassy surfaces or on car tops, cold locations. Most locations are going to be around trace. I'm going up to 2 inches in case we get a heavy burst initially. But over here, we'll change over to rain by midnight, and that rain will be steady on through tomorrow morning. Again, the heaviest precipitation to your north and west. A little bit further north and west around Allentown, Yonkers, New York, New Haven, Bridgeport, looking at 1 to 3 inches, again, mostly on cold surfaces, up to 1/4 of an inch of ice accumulation. Now, this is going to be very, very volatile in this forecast. Again, I think the best potential is going to be around Allentown, northwestern New Jersey, like southern Sussex County, back towards the southern Hudson River Valley, and just north of the of I-95 along the southern Connecticut coast. These locations could see a lengthy period of icing early tomorrow morning before changing over to rain. Further north and west, more cold air, more snow. Looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow over Scranton and Hazleton. Also around northwest New Jersey, especially around northern Sussex County, and then off towards central Connecticut, should I say. 3 to 6 inches of snow. Again, ice is going to be a big problem here. The sooner the snow changes over to sleet, obviously you get lower snowfall accumulations, but higher ice accumulations. And then further north over, well, basically north of Poughkeepsie towards Albany, New York, and Hartford on northward in Connecticut, I'm looking at 4 to 8 inches, possibly higher amounts if you get a heavy burst here and there, up to a foot possibly, but I don't expect that. As far as the ice accumulation, only 1/10 of an inch of ice because I think the cold air is going to be deeper here, and so it's going to take a much longer period of time to change over to ice and then change over to rain, and by the time it does that, most of the precipitation will be done. So if you are over the northern interior, take this storm seriously tonight. Don't go out traveling, and be prepared for the potential for some outages, power outages, and some slick and nasty road conditions for tomorrow morning. Along the coast, pretty much rain. As far as the rest of the forecast, once the storm exits the region, well, pretty much high pressure is in control. High pressure will remain in control through the rest of the week as our storm sits off the coast. That means we remain dry yet chilly, with temperatures remaining basically in the 40s throughout much of the week. By this upcoming weekend, we moderate back into the upper 40s to mid 50s as our storm track remains suppressed. And moving on into early next week, there are indications that we're going to keep an eye on this storm here. The models currently are suppressing this storm because of this strong upper level low here. But if this upper level low is a little bit weaker, then this storm could head up the coast and create some problems for the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. And then we start to see a breakdown in the pattern by the end of next week, with the potential for much warmer air invading from west to east as we move on towards the first weekend of April. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'll have the latest weather information at NYNJPA Weather and NYNJPA Weather on Twitter and Facebook. I'll also have live coverage of this storm event starting this afternoon and evening, keeping an eye on the surface conditions, especially for tonight. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.